All right, I'm done at the gym. And honestly, I think I'm more fired up than when I was going there. And I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's just like shit simmering. I don't know, because I'm actually pretty, like, once I go to the gym or once I kind of release it, I'm good. But more shit just keeps coming back because I give this motherfucker so much grace. And, I really don't pick at him. Like, I really don't, because honestly, I really don't care. What he does or doesn't do for the kids doesn't even affect me because I always hold my own kids down. It doesn't really matter. you know, I let him be involved just out of the love. But you know what really fucking has me just like getting more and more fired up is all his stupid ass little comments. Like, mind you, I didn't rewatch the video that I posted, or that I recorded. I like watched little snippets of it because I had cut a couple pieces, like little clips. I didn't cut anything out. I just meant like I had broke it down to put it on my Facebook, okay, to let this motherfucker know. The point of that was to say this. He's talking about, I don't give a fuck if you record. What do you get? 373 views? Bitch, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck if it's 20 motherfucking views. I don't give a fuck if it's 3. Because that's 3, 20, 25 more people in your fucking city where we're both from, okay, who know you a piece of shit. And who know you ain't shit. So this isn't about, I'm not clout chasing. I don't fucking need to do that. I didn't even start my YouTube channel to even put shit on it there like that. But I said that I was going to be raw and unfiltered. And you know what? This is some real shit. And you know what? And it's interesting. So I really don't care. I don't got nothing to fucking hide. Bitch, you the one that looks dumb. You the one that looks like a clown, all right? You the one that look goofy as hell, not me. So, I don't do this shit to clout chase. I don't do this shit because, I think I'm gonna blow up on the drama. No, bitch. It's because, motherfucker, first of all, if you put your hands on me, I always want that shit documented from here on out for all the times you put your hands on me and I did not come for your ass, okay? I don't even know if there's what you call that thing? If there's a statute of limitations on that, because bitch, I'll come for your ass now if I really want to, the way you playing with my top, okay? Because I have all the pictures and videos and everything to this very day, bitch. All right, if I want to, I'll just throw them on Facebook to embarrass your ass. Stop thinking that this is about getting likes or views. My life doesn't depend on likes or views. Whether or not I get 1 like, 2 like, 10 like, 1,000,000 likes, I still got the same shit to do every day. I still got to go to the gym. I still got to wake my kids up for school. I still have to go to the PTA meeting today. I still have cooking to do. My world does not revolve around likes. I'm doing this for a type of exposure and connection to my community and to a world that I may not be able to access in the physical sense on a daily. So this is not because I need likes, or I don't need any of that, bitch. I don't fucking need none of that. I am validated in my real life, in the real world, every single day. By who? By me and by God. By my God that lives within me. My goddess that resides within me. So I don't need the validation of Facebook, YouTube, OnlyFans, Twitter, none of that shit. I don't need it. I don't need it. My life doesn't depend on this. I'm doing this shit for the experience. Okay? I'm doing this shit for the experience. So for you to think that this shit won't still look bad on you, bitch, this is all being viewed by motherfuckers that grew up in our city. All right? Which to me is worth more than 10,000 motherfuckers who don't know you, will never met you, that don't understand the gravity of this, bitch. These are motherfuckers who have watched, most of them who have seen me when I got with you fucking years ago and seen the shit that you put me through, okay? So stop thinking that this somehow still doesn't affect your image, which I know you give a fuck about. I don't care about shit like that because my shit's solid, A1. I don't lie about my hustle. I don't lie about my game. I don't lie about nothing. Nothing. Keeping things private are different than lying about it. And I'm hardly even a private person. Bitch, that just don't be having nothing that interesting going on other than what I already present. Bitch, you worried about the wrong shit. This shit is gonna reach the eyes and ears of motherfuckers that you run with, motherfuckers you grew up with, okay? Motherfuckers who gonna run into you. You should already see what they're in my inbox saying about your fucking gay ass. Let's be real. Let's be real. And you know and I know. And that's the one thing that I'm not gonna out your ass on because it's not even my place. But my nigga, you know the shit we used to do. So stop. Stop. Because one of them on my Facebook right now looking for you. I'm just saying. So please, don't think that I need to clout chase, because if it was about that, nigga, your ass would have been exposed years ago. You were only half exposed. When I was going through the shit with you and I would talk about it or put anything on Facebook, bitch, you were still filtered as fuck. Let me tell you something. I still protected your bitch ass in a lot of ways. In many, many ways. Okay, let's be clear about that. All right, this is not about motherfucking getting clout off of your ass. I don't need clout off of you. You a bitch. This is about telling the truth, telling the real story, because, bitch, I don't got nothing to lose. I'm not scared of you. I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about nobody you can send, because you don't got nobody to send. I've seen anybody who will fight for you in the years that I was with you, and all of them got their ass whooped. So, what's really good? You got your ass whooped when you had a gun. How you let that happen? You should have shot and killed me then, my nigga. That was your opportunity. Because now, for the rest of your life, I'm always gonna be on your tail. I'm always gonna be on your ass. While you out here living in secret, and I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. Motherfuckers know what time it is with me. They know what's up. My rates are posted. What's good? What's really goody? Right? I'm not here. I don't need to protect a false image that I'm not presenting. Bitch. And your day of reckoning is here. Your day of reckoning is here. I have had enough. I'm cool. I don't need this type of energy or bullshit in my life. Like I had already said, if this bitch ass nigga still wants a relationship with the twins, he can have one, as he always has. I've never let our ups and downs affect his relationship with them. Now, on the other hand, he done ghosted them. He done got missing on them for months. Right before I decided to leave Texas. It was one of the biggest reasons. Okay? So, I'm not I don't need you. I don't need you in any capacity. Zero, none, zilch, nada. None of it. Let's be clear on that. All right, and because I'm still a good ass mom and a good ass person in my own right, okay, I don't need it measured by nobody else's version of good, bad, right, and wrong. I know that you do love the girls in your own toxic way, and you ain't never hurt them, and you ain't never done nothing directly to them. You always just try to do it through me, and for that, you can still have a relationship with them, and shit's gonna be the way it's always been. I'm gonna go through your mom because you ain't got no pull, you ain't got no money, you ain't got no bread, you ain't got no nothing. All right, you literally have nothing. You wasn't even the one taking them or picking them up from school. You weren't doing anything that classifies being the hands-on parent. You were just the dad, but you ain't the hands-on parent. Not even when they were living with you at your mama house, because you don't got no place. You ain't never had a place since I've known you. And I ain't never put that shit on you. Like, I've never let you carry that as a burden. I don't give a damn. You know why? Because I've always had my own place. Except the short, I won't even say short, but because I was staying with y'all solid. But even then, bitch, I was the one working, making my own money. Why? So I could get my own place again. So I'm just heated about this whole ordeal, because it was so ugly and unnecessary and just for no reason. All because this bitch ass nigga got too much toxic pride about nothing. You really have nothing to be proud about, so you shouldn't even carry any pride. You need to humble yourself big time on some real shit. Alright, so my day is pretty much coming to an end. It's been a long day. It has been emotionally, physically, mentally draining. So I've hit my limit on my tolerance threshold on today. For real. But I wanted to close out the situation with my baby daddy and just share some final thoughts on it now that a full 24 hours has gone past, and I'm like a little psycho analyst. So yeah, obviously I've been going through the scenario and the situation in my head, just like throughout the day, because I'm the kind of person that, and I'm kind of like this to a fault. Like, I'm the kind of person that always puts myself in another person's shoes, even when I know they're wrong, like verifiably wrong. I still will I still will put myself in their shoes, because it also helps you understand your own position a little bit better. So if for no other reason than that, like, yeah, like you get to you can still prove your own validity to yourself by stepping into the other person's shoes. So for me, going through the steps is not like a form of like beating myself up or torturing myself. It's more like, all right, is there something I could have adjusted within reason? Not like, oh, I should have just gave him what he wanted. No. But, and honestly, I went through the whole checklist and ain't a fuck thing I did wrong. Like, that nigga was completely, like I said, verifiably wrong. So that's not even what this is about. But this is just to say, you know, like, yeah, I do go through the whole scenario again. And all right, so like I said, now that there's been like a whole 24 hours that's passed, update is this. His mom had came by with him and his little brother earlier before they got on the plane, because apparently he had left some stuff here. I'm gonna tell y'all the real tea on what he left here. Just pause. But it was something else, and it was like a Fitbit watch. I told her when she got here, because he literally had the nerve to show up to the door with her, which again, like, your audacity is mind-blowing to me, that like you showed up to my front door after the show that you put on last night, that you would be so bold to like and when I opened the door, he had the nerve to like speak to me and say hello so casually, like you didn't really just like ruin my whole fucking night and damn near my whole day. So once I seen that he was at the door, because that's not what I expected. I didn't expect him to be at the door. I thought when she said she wanted to come look for the watch, I figured her and her little brother would come up the door at most. But this is what I mean about like him thinking that he runs the show, and for some reason in her mind she thought that that was okay. She thought that it was okay to bring him upstairs with her. Like, you didn't think to tell him, Marcus, just wait in the car, I'll go check. Like, no. Again, it's like you're just as gone as this motherfucker. It's almost like I don't even know which one of y'all is worse. But like, yeah, you thought that it was okay to bring him after. And mind you, I had just sent her a message that she did not reply to, and she told me that she was on the way, she wanted to come look for the watch. I said, that's fine. I said, I don't know what the hell was last night about, because this is the first time that we're talking. And I said, but that was absolutely crazy, and he's crazy. There was no response. Oh, because I said to her, I'm really disappointed and disgusted by his behavior. So if I clearly let you know that I am visibly shaken and highly upset about his behavior last night, why would you think it's okay to bring him to my front door? Are you trying to intimidate me, or are you trying to piss me off? It's only one or the other. You're either bringing him here to intimidate me, to like let me know like y'all niggas will do what you want, or you're bringing him up here to piss me off because you know I'll do what I want. Like, which one is it? Because y'all niggas have known me for 7 years, and you know I get off. You know I get off. Let me tell you something real quick. I would just throw this one out there. She knows upfront and personal, because I done got in her ass. So it's like, I don't know, are you bringing him up here as a form of protection or something? Like, are you scared of me? Is that what it is? Are you scared of me? Is he scared of me? Are y'all both scared of me, so y'all both came up here with each other because y'all both need protection? Well, I don't know. Either way, his audacity and her caucasity, like, yeah. So anyways, I let her come in here, and I literally was like, when I seen him, I was like, Kim, like, I gave her the look. I was like, Kim, like, really, bitch? Okay. And I just flat out said, you can come in here and see what's he got in here. You will never step foot in this house, like, ever again. So yeah, she came in, didn't find the watch, the other shit she was looking for I had already found, because he was looking for his little pill bottle with his shit in there. You're not getting that back, honey. That shit dead. I'm finna sell all that. Anyways, so yeah, she looked for the stuff before she and she was in here with, you know, his little brother. And before she left, I stopped her and I said, Kim, you and I have a superficial relationship, like, and that's fine for both of us. Like, we keep shit very light, superficial, and I'm okay with that. I don't want what has happened here to ruin the strides that we have made with one another. All right, I don't, because now obviously I need her as the buffer anyways. So, you know, and I'm very sincere in that. Like, I'm not saying it because I need you. I'm not saying it because, oh my God, if y'all are, like, I don't care if y'all are mad or anything. Your fucking son is a damn outlaw. So, I had just, you know, sincerely told her, like, I really am disappointed on how this turned out. Not what I had envisioned, not what I had planned for, and I would not have encouraged the idea of him staying the night here for the whole month that we had planned for this if I thought for 1 second that it was going to turn out like this, you know. And it for sure wasn't on my end. So anyways, so I made sure to let her know that. Again, because we're so superficial with each other, I don't know that she really accepts it. Like, she was like, oh, like, yeah, I know, I mean, it's out of our control and blah blah blah. But, you know, I'm sure that while he's talking shit about me to her and telling his lies, she's all, yeah, Marcus, whatever, because that's how they've always been with each other. So, and even if that's not the case, should she ever see this video, not that I want her to, like, again, I'm not looking for I can tell them this shit directly to their face, okay? This is whatever. But if she were to ever see this and that wasn't the case, I really don't give a damn, because the fact that she told me, well, you shouldn't have told him no, you know he doesn't like to hear no, bitch, you're out of your mind. And they're, you know, taking that out of context. Like, I don't pacify bullies, I beat bullies' asses. And he a big ass baby bully. Like, so they leave and a weight has been, like, lifted off my shoulders after that. Like, that they're even just out of my damn city. Like, for real. So, and again, it was unfortunate the way things, like, the way the turn of events ended up. But honestly, it's really just validated, one, to me, the growth that I have, because old me would not have even hesitated. The minute he would have raised his voice, I would have popped him dead in his shit. Like, I would have chin checked his bitch ass the minute he would, like, it would have been, that's it, done. But I got so much to lose, too much to lose. I have worked so hard in this past year to get stable out here, get anchored out here, get rooted out here, to let Florida come here and fuck the shit up. Like, hell to no. So I'm proud of myself for not reacting and for really analyzing the situation and seeing that it was going to be beyond my control if it did escalate. So to do everything in my power to not escalate it, and also to remove him. Yeah, like, you will never, like, me and you, we ain't never gonna be cool. I can tell you that right now. We never gonna be cool with each other. That ship has sailed forever, because this was my attempt at being nice to you, being welcoming, being kind. And you just shit all over it and you fucked it up for yourself for life. So there's that part. Second part is the twins. Obviously, when they got up, they were, like, I could tell they were thrown off, because he was supposed to be here and so was his little brother. They didn't feed into it too much, but they did ask, or no, they didn't even ask. I could see the confusion on their face, and I just offered up this lie. Oh, your dad had got sick last night. I was like, I don't know if he ate something or whatever, something. I said, what I said to him, I said, your dad got really sick last night. I don't know what had happened at the game, but when he got here, he was just really sick. Mommy came out to come get him. And that's when, like, Jupi was, like throwing up sick. And I was like, no, like, he was, like, you know, he wasn't quite himself. Or, no, I said something like, yeah, I said, like, he wasn't being himself, or he wasn't quite himself. You know, just, like, he seemed sick. And they didn't question after that. When they got into the car after school, their mood was all off. Like, I could tell they were just like, and as a mom, I know that it's because this is probably, like, lingering on them. It's probably not like a direct, like, forethought, but the confusion of that, the anxiety that builds, I know from my own experience as a child. So all that shit makes me feel guilty. It makes me feel bad. I'm like, damn, like they deserve answers. Fuck answers. They deserve to have been able to say bye to their dad, their brother, their grandma, right? But you took that from them because you couldn't control yourself for a full 48 hours off that shit. And yeah, so tonight when it was time for bed, I sat down in the room with them and I was like, girls, I want to talk to you because I'm very open with my kids. I'm very honest with them. I don't hide much of anything from them, you know. Yeah, like we just got that type of relationship because they're very smart and they can they have, like, good perception for real. So I sat them down and I said, girls, I want to talk to y'all about something because I don't like to lie to y'all. I wish honestly, I be sometimes wanting to record the conversations, but then I'd be kind of like, am I violating them? I don't know, you're my kids. Like, I should be able to violate our conversations, but I'm not. I'm gonna just tell you what was said. That I was like, I don't really like to lie to y'all. I don't like to be deceitful to y'all. Like, unless it was to protect y'all's lives in some way, I don't like to lie to y'all. And then I asked them, I said, this morning when y'all got up for school and you saw that your dad wasn't here, like, what were you thinking? And Sunny was like, honestly, I was confused. And Jupi was like, she goes, I knew something was up. I felt deep down something had happened last night, something bad, but you didn't want to tell me. And she goes, when you said that daddy was like sick, and I asked you if it was like did he throw up? You know, I didn't feel like it was like flu sick. I feel like you meant like something was wrong with him, like he was being he walked into, this is exactly what she said. She said, and like he walked into that door and he was a completely different person. That shit gave me chills. It gives me chills right now in this moment repeating it, because it's almost like when I tell you their abilities are so powerful and so potent and they just don't even know it yet. The way Jupi can read minds and the way Sunny can read energies is like scary. I mean it. And I was like, I can't even word it any differently. I said, that's exactly what it was. I said, yeah, he walked in and he was a completely different person. And then Sunny was like, but like, why? Like, what happened? And I was like, you know, I gave him the whole spiel of like me not wanting to talk bad about their dad and like, you know, but I told them, I said, I've always been protecting them, and like I need to protect myself right now. And and I was telling them like I don't want this to change their relationship with their dad, but but my relationship with him is going to be changed, and that people have good sides, bad sides, good days, bad days, whatever. Like giving them the whole preface of it before I actually told them the story, because as a mom, like I said, I don't ever want them to hate the other parent or anything, no matter what. And I've always protected their dads, no matter what they have done to me, no matter what he's done. And when I say dads, it's because they got their biological dad who's in prison, and then they got Marcus who helped me raise them. But both of them ain't shit, to be honest. So anyways, might as well be one lame ass nigga instead of two. There was so much lane that God had to split y'all niggas up. And terrorized me twice. So, anyways, yeah, like I was telling them, like I said, I've always protected your dad, like his image in y'all's eyes. Like I've always protected him because I never wanted y'all to feel no different kind of ways about him. Like I just wanted y'all to love him for him, like for him being your dad. That's it. And not worry about anything else. But this time around was different because he came into our home and, you know, disrespected me. More than that, like he attacked me. And you know, I had to break it down to them, like what I meant by that, of course. And because, you know, of course they're like, well, like, what do you mean? Like, did they hit you? Because they know that they know he used to hit me, like that he used to beat my ass, and they had, like, they've seen scars and marks and all that, so they're not dumb. They know what's up. And I was like, no, you know, just like I said, breaking down what happened. And after I had, like, basically gave him all the story, but without, like, the unimportant details of certain things that he was saying or whatever, like, you know, obviously they were hurt, you know, but I always tell them, like, you got to control your emotions. Like, let's talk about this, like, you know, let's talk about this in a mature way so that we're not overtaken by our emotions. But of course, like, I got choked up, they got choked up, because you're having this very difficult conversation that you didn't even expect that you were gonna have. Like, this was supposed to be a good experience, and us like now the next day laughing and, you know, telling you know, of the great things that happened, not of this terrible outcome. And but they were so supportive, and they just loved me down, and they were, you know, I was asking, like, how they felt at the end, and they were like, you know, just shocked, you know. And they were like, they're very disappointed in him, obviously, you know, but they love him all the same. It's not like their love for him has changed. But the fact is, your kid's image of you and idea of you will change as they get older, because there's only so much shit that you can hide or shield them from or whatever. So it's not my fucking duty, and it's not my job to keep your image better than it really is. Like, at some point they're gonna see shit for themselves, and I'm not gonna be out here looking like a liar to my kids, which I told them. I said, at some point, I don't want to be looking like the liar to y'all. Y'all clearly knew that something was up, and I'm not here to basically passively gaslight y'all into me be like, oh no, it was just like, and y'all knowing deep down that something isn't sitting right, because then you're not learning to listen to your instinct. You're not learning to trust that gut. And when that something is like arising in you that doesn't seem right, you don't question it. Like, so I wanted to be honest with them, so I was, and I fought with that all day of, like, do I tell them the truth or not? But it was really eating at me that I had, like, woke up and started my kid's day based on a lie. I don't like that shit. That is just such bad energy, and I wouldn't even been able to sleep tonight. That's why I was happy to get it off my chest to them, because I don't care about looking like a villain, but I'm not gonna look like no liar. I don't care. I'll be the villain in your story any fucking day, bitch. You ain't no saint in mine, so I don't care, you know. And sometimes the villain is someone else in one story, is the hero in another's. So at the end of the day, I don't care about looking like the bad parent, like that does affect me in the way that I mean, yes, I want them to know the truth in my side, but it's not so important of me to get that out there as it is just for me to be honest with them and let them make their own assessments with their own brains, because they're very capable of it. Like I said, they're very smart. And they were even saying, like, what did I say to them? I was telling them how, like, when I grew up, like, things would happen around me, but, like, no one would tell me anything. No one would, like, people would, like, lie to me or pretend and, like, shit. And again, like, that shit scars you. It teaches you to lose trust in the things around you and the people around you very early in life. And I want my girls to trust me. I want them to know that I'm not gonna lie to them. I want them to know that, good or bad, they're gonna hear it from me first. They're not gonna have to hear it from anyone else. And I also told them, I said, and the reason that I decided on telling y'all the truth is because I know at some point y'all are gonna talk to your dad, you know, and talk to Mommy Kim and Kamari at some point, and they don't know what I've told y'all. You like, no, you know, I'm just kind of passing this little lie in between. And y'all are gonna fuck around and obviously be like, hey, is, you know, daddy okay? And they're not gonna know. They might think that I went ahead and just told y'all everything, and then they might come off saying whatever it is. It's better for me to just tell y'all the truth first than you hear it from what I feel like is unreliable sources. So yeah, that's why it was important for me to just be honest with them. You know, kids are gonna have to face things that are hard pills to swallow in life. Every day is not going to be the ideal childhood. But now, with having told them the truth, I can move forward in real resolution and healing should they have questions later on. Now I'm not stuck on having to keep feeding that lie. Like, what if they were to ask me, well, have you checked on daddy? Have you heard from him? Like, no, I don't even want to get caught up in that. So I told them the truth, and we're closer for it. Maybe it'll bring them and their dad closer too. Like I said, I'm not here to stand in the way of their relationship. I never have. I just told them straight up, like, I don't want nothing to do with him. Don't include me in any of the conversations with him no more, because we were kind of at that point now. Like, you know, if they would be on the phone, I'd be able to say hi and all that stuff. Or, like I said, I was always video calling him when I would do stuff with them so he could be a part of it and see, like, I'm always the inclusive parent. And, yeah, like, unfortunately, that's gonna have to come to an end because I don't have nothing to say to you, and you could burn to hell. I don't give a damn. You know, and I told the girls, not that, but a variation of that if I were to never see either of their dads again, it would make my life better. But because it would make their life worse, because they've always known them, it's not like they never known them. They grew up with both these men, so taking them away from them would only serve to hurt them in the end. And that's the truth, because at some point they are going to move on and forgive and whatever, and they're going to want to be involved with them. And you know, I don't want them to feel like they have to choose between us. Like, you can always have your dad. I don't need to have him. That's all. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap up this drama now, this little telenovela that I had, because this channel is not supposed to be about stupid ass, lame ass, ghetto ass drama. Like, that shit is fun, but it's only fun to watch when it's going on in someone else's life, not when it's my own. And, yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a closing thought on the whole matter, you know, and just wrap it up. I don't want it lingering. I'm cleansing my house tomorrow. And yeah, like, I had a full 24 hours to vent, get it off my chest, deal with it, and now I'm going to sleep. It's done, and I'm not having this lingering or seeping into my system anymore. We're done. So if you watched this, I appreciate you listening. Sometimes I do just be needing somebody to talk to, you know, just like being out here alone and shit. So even though I guess I'm really only just talking to myself, but there's so many personalities living in me, it feels like I'm having a staff meeting. Everyone present? Okay, great. We're all present. So yeah, I just appreciate any support, you know, because this is, you know, still real life, and I'm sure that there's other people who are going through similar situations, maybe not exact to the T, but, you know, who are the better co-parent of the two of y'all, and, you know, or you're always trying to be the de-escalator or the bigger person while this person just gets away constantly with murder, you know. But for what it's worth, I'm still standing. What don't make me can't break me, right? So yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a new day. It's gonna be a better day. It's gonna be just a fresh start, and I'm putting this little, you know, like I said, whatever the fuck it was, just stomping it into the grave. It's fuck 6 feet under. This shit is 10 feet under. Rest. Dead.